Greetings from CPHI Milan. I'm Jan Kugel from Qualistry, and joining me today is Paresh Tank, the Chief Quality Officer at PHARMALANE UK. PHARMALANE UK is a non-GXP auditing consultancy with 15 plus years of experience in the field, and they're serving more than 500 clients globally. Paresh, as a pharmaceutical quality assurance expert and a principal auditor, what do you think needs to be improved in the supplier qualification practices managed by pharmaceutical companies globally?
Been auditor myself from last couple of years, done hundreds of audits, as well as reviewed many of the audit reports, thousands of audit reports of different companies. I think there are many companies who are still not taking the supplier qualification seriously. I would say some of the things like, some of the companies, they actually don't have the experts, they don't have neither they also use any kind of external companies to do the audits. Sometimes they just send their QA people or QA coordinator for the auditing. They go there, they take notes, and then just done. So this is actually not effective audit, I would say. Some companies I have seen, actually they are not giving enough days for the auditing. They just, even for the multiple products, sometimes I've seen that they just go one day. And sometimes sterile CMOs, as we all know that, it's a requirement for the finished dosage forms, and sterile is a higher, which is a more number of days basically, people not giving probably because of the cost concern or anything. I've seen also many companies who are actually hiring the third-party auditing companies. That's a good thing, but they are not actually doing any type of due diligence or not checking whether the profile of the company or whether the auditors are expert enough to do that type of audit. Sometimes they just choose for the region specific. They want to do audit in China, then they just pick somebody from China, and whether they are good enough, the authenticity of the auditing, whether the independency of the auditing is sufficient. So that's something I think really lacking as well. And last thing, which is I think really important, that some of the companies, what I've seen, that they actually not taking auditing as a real auditing. They're just doing it just sake of doing it because of a regulatory requirement and not giving enough weightage. But I think it's not only regulatory requirement. The main purpose of the auditing is to actually identify the issues if they have in their suppliers as well as CMOs, and if there are issues, then identify it. So I think it's very important. Also, I've seen many places that they're not taking care of start to an entire process of the auditing. Do audit, very good, but then they're actually not taking any follow-up for the response, not doing any CAPA follow-up. So actually the audit is not being closed. So there's no point of auditing and then finding many gaps and then actually not closing them. So I think there are many cases that I've seen, and that really needs to be improved. Otherwise it's going to be a problem.
Thank you for those insights, Paresh. And PHARMALANE UK prides itself on having a global presence with local expertise. Could you elaborate on how you ensure that the audits are delivered globally effectively?
First of all, we are UK-based company, so all the policies and our procedures about the auditors and qualification is everything done centrally. So no matter where our auditor is based or our employee is based, they have to follow our auditor's code of ethics, they have to follow our agreements, they have to follow our policies. So that's how it is managed. Plus, we have a very strict auditor qualification process. So if anybody want to become an auditor, qualified auditor for us, they have to pass through entire auditor qualification process, where we check their experience. We also, some cases, we also do their interviews as well as some shadow auditing by our expert auditors. So it is very important for us that we have the strict policy and strict criteria for the qualification. Then only anybody will become an auditor. And apart from that, to ensure the effectiveness, we actually have a routine auditor assessment. So after probably every audit or after every couple of audits, we have the assessment by the reviewer, how the auditor is doing, whether the auditor is doing effective audits, any points of improvement, and in case any points of improvement, we do the trainings apart from the yearly training. So these are all the things we do to ensure that the effectiveness is always there, because as a company, we always think that, see, if audit is not effective, then it's not audit. Because audit has to be effective, otherwise it's just a meeting, go there, take a note, come back. So effectiveness of the auditing is very, very important, and that's what we ensure as a company, PHARMALANE UK.
We know that the pharmaceutical sector is constantly evolving with new regulations and challenges. So what are some of the most significant challenges companies face today, and how does PHARMALANE UK support them in overcoming those obstacles?
The pharmaceutical industry has evolved a lot in last couple of years. We have seen many requirements, new guidelines, let's say Annex 1, or maybe some requirements for the risk assessment, as well as data integrity, validation. All this, a lot of changes are there. And definitely companies are there, but there are some challenges we have observed with the companies with respect to this, because for example, some of the companies, what I have seen is they actually don't have enough expertise or SMEs to actually interpret the guidelines. Some of them don't have the policies or maybe the procedures to ensure that they're routinely actually checking it. We also see some cases that the companies, right, they have the CMOs, they have their the API manufacturers or other suppliers they use. They don't have that visibility whether their suppliers, their CMOs are actually meeting the updated regulatory guidelines requirement. So that is, I think, is really lacking, and it's really required that they are implemented as soon as the effective date is passed. And how we can help? Definitely we can help, and we are helping our clients. So first of all, many clients request of mock audits. So when we do mock audits for our clients, we ensure that apart from general GMP things, we also ensure all the updated regulatory guidelines, whether they are implemented, whether they need any guidance, or if something coming up in maybe couple of months, we guide them that what are the things, how to interpret and how they can implement it. In addition to that, when we do the supplier audit for the clients, either it could be CMOs or it could be suppliers of API. When we do their audit, we don't only do GMP things, we also do the updated guidelines, because it's very important when we go there, because that is something, not every auditor may be aware also what I've seen in the market. But we have, because of the routine trainings of the auditors, they're already aware that what's the requirement, and when they go for the audit, if it is not implemented there, then they actually give the observation, and they have to fulfill the observation by giving the response. And that way, our client can assure the CAPAs are being taken and regulatory requirements are being met, whatever is updated. So I think those are the few things: mock inspection, internal audit, supply auditing by our auditors who are well trained in updated regulatory requirements, and that's how we ensure they don't be lagging in any kind of this updated requirement, and they always be in compliance.
And Paresh, your mission emphasizes delivering superior quality services in cost-effective rates. So how do you manage to do that?
It's a rare combination, I would say, but yeah, we do it. So basically, our main motto of a company is to provide the top quality of auditing service in the reasonable rate. So not only the top companies, but also the small scale companies can also afford to utilize our services. So let's first talk about quality. So we ensure that overall quality of the audits, what we do, is the best level. So we have the auditors in different regions. They are trained for the different guidelines and standards. As I already mentioned, we have a strict panel of the reviewer. So every single report of us is going through the entire review process to ensure that audit report quality is good. And because of that, we have an entire range of the client, starting from the small company to the top company, because our quality of audit reports are top level. So even the top companies, we can meet their level, as well as because our cost is very reasonable. So even the small companies, they can afford and they can take our service. So that's the benefit. Second thing is, because we have so many clients, so we have a huge client base of over 600 plus clients. So because of that, most of our audits are mainly multiple clients. So because we also get that benefited, so that benefit we give to the clients, that we give a lower cost to our clients. So that is the main reasons why we are so cost effective. But of course, there's a lot of efforts, a lot of commitment by our teams in order to make the effective audits, in order to ensure the quality of the audit reports are great, and also the reasonable price is also maintained. And that's what our monopoly is.
In the last 2-3 years, PHARMALANE UK has emerged as a reputed auditing consultancy among clients globally. How did you achieve that in such a short period?
First of all, there is no magic. There is no secrets of success. What we believe is purely a commitment of our teams and persistence and the experience what we have and what we provide to the clients. Additionally, we are very flexible with respect to the client's requirement. For example, let's say our client wants us to audit maybe the next week in, let's say, Mongolia or maybe Brazil. we have that force of the auditors, qualified auditors in different regions, so we can still make that auditor available and get that audit done even within a week time in anywhere in the world. So that's what the force we have, that's what the capability we have. So that's kind of clients get that flexibility, that they always think that, okay, we have PHARMALANE and we can go to them anytime and they will ensure that our audit schedule are followed and we are in compliance. So that's really clients really like about it. Our audit report timelines, they are really tight, and we ensure that the audit reports are provided on time to the clients. We have literally provided many audit reports to the client because of their urgency, even within a week or 2 weeks, and we don't charge anything extra. We have seen in the market there are several other consultancies, like for example, you want audit report in 2 months, this price, in 1 month, this price, 15 days, this price. So it means like they are charging higher amount from the clients for providing the audit report as per their timeline. So what we actually think is that actually should be a customer service. That should be a service and customer satisfaction, that we should able to support them as per their timeline and not charging more because they want report urgency. So this is not the PHARMALANE UK. We provide them, we go beyond and above, but we don't charge for that kind of thing, because that's why the customers coming again and again to us for our services. Last but not the least, our turnaround time to our customers. So basically, we have a team of project managers who are actually on top of all the audits, who are already in touch with our clients. They make sure that entire auditing process goes smoothly, on time, and clients are also being updated about whatever progress is being made. So clients ultimately can rely on us, because they are outsourcing us, and they of course don't want to involve too much in us, but also they want to ensure that audit reports and their timelines are being met. So this is something, clients are getting what they want, and we are here what clients want and not definitely what we want to give them. And that is the reason, that's the main reason why you are seeing in last 2-3 years it's kind of a booming. A lot of clients is not here, but we are getting 200 plus clients every year, new clients. So you can imagine it's new client every other day for the new audits, audit reports. And again, I would say there is no secrets, there is no magic. It's purely customer service we are providing, quality of audits we are providing, and also in the cost-effective rates. So that's all I want to say to conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paresh. Thank you for your insights into PHARMALANE UK's activities and vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you.